Okay, good morning once again, my leaders. So I was saying, let's start by just a quick overview of what is it that we do in Forever. So we do four things. Number one is we have products that we offer, and we use word of mouth advertising or direct marketing so that people are able to buy the products. That's the first part of the business. The second part is we recruit and we build a team of people that are also doing the same thing that we are doing. So we create teams and we teach them to do uh, selling of the products. Then we duplicate the process in all the countries where Forever operates. And as leaders, we are supposed to help our team become more productive by leading the team. So I think a couple of times this past week we've talked about the first part, which is the retailing. And today I just want to focus on the recruiting part to say if I am inviting a prospect to a business presentation, what do I say? How do I say it? And I always say that the best is we need to talk to them over the phone. Like I was saying yesterday, we don't do invites over SMS and all of those WhatsApp texts. Sometimes it's better to just pick up the phone and call. So today the focus is after I pick up the phone and I call the person, what is it that I'm supposed to say? Okay. So the first thing, which is what I always say, is be in a hurry, and the reason for this is I don't know if you are like me. Let me know in the chat if you are like me when you see a call coming through. Before I answer, I think to myself, how long is this gonna take me? Should I answer this call? And there are some people that I know that when they call me, I'm going to be on the phone for the next 30 minutes. And then I have to just say to myself, okay, no, this one I can answer it now. I'll answer it maybe later or I'll call them back because I don't want to be on the phone for a long time. Maybe I'm busy at the time or I'm just not in the mood to talk to people. And prospects feel like that as well sometimes. So when you are calling them and they thought, oh, Heather is calling me. I wonder what she wants. I hope this is going to be quick because I have something to do. If you call them and you are not in a hurry, you're showing them that you have all the time in the world. Most times people zone out. People are not even listening. In their mind, they're thinking, oh, when is this call going to end so that I can continue with what I'm doing? So when they answer, it's very important to project that you are in a hurry, to get that agency out because already it calms them to know that this call is not going to take forever. So it's something like, hi, how are you doing? Just a quick one, I have to rush into a meeting, but I just wanted to have a quick chat with you, something like that. So already when the call starts, you've let the person know that I'm not about to take all your time this morning. I just want, to have a quick chat with you. Then they can relax, because when you are talking to someone, and in their mind, they're just thinking, when is the call going to end? When is the call going to end? Everything you say, most of the time, they are not even paying attention. And sometimes they will just agree to get you off the phone. And then they don't show up for the presentation, or after that, they don't answer your calls, they don't reply messages. We have to understand that the people that we are prospecting, they are also people with lives and they are busy with other things. So when you're calling them, you're not calling to spend the next 30 minutes over the phone, unless if you've already agreed previously to say, I'll call you and then I'll explain the business on the phone. But remember, this is just to invite them to a presentation. So you don't need to take people's time. Like 2, 3 minutes, you are off the call. Okay. So that is the first thing. be in a hurry, get the agency out. I see I have some comments in the chat. Okay, oh, it's just good mornings. Okay. The second thing is start with a compliment as well. So the person has answered the phone, and I say, "Hi, Susan, how are you doing? Just a quick one. I'm about to rush into a meeting, but I just wanted to, have 2 minutes of your time if you're free." Then maybe they will say yes. Okay. And then you don't just say, "Hey, please attend our business presentation on Saturday." I always say start with a compliment. So if it's someone you know, let's say it's a friend, I would then say something like, I've always seen that you are interested in business and you're very good at business. And I just wanted to then you continue. You started with a compliment. You're very good at business, or you're very good at what you do, or I've noticed that you're someone who's passionate about helping people. So this compliment is not about hi, you are so beautiful, or your dress is nice, or anything, because remember, this is also over the phone. You give them a compliment that aligns to what you are trying to get them to do. So you want them to attend a business presentation. So I start with, how business minded you've seen they are, because this is maybe someone that you know. If it's not someone that you know, it could be maybe you met at the mall and they gave you their number. Thank you so much for being so open-minded and, connecting with me. You start with something that is going to get the other person to align with you and listen. And most of the times, people, we are selfish. I don't know if that's the correct word in nature, or we are self-absorbed. I don't know the correct English, but we love it when the conversation is all about us, when the focus is on us. So when you spotlight them like that, it makes them more willing to listen to what you have to say. Okay, so be in a hurry and then start with a compliment to get the other person to align. And your compliment, it has to be something meaningful. It's not just about complimenting their physical appearance. You are either complimenting their business skills, you're complimenting maybe how dedicated they are. If it's someone who does like women empowerment projects, you are complimenting them for the work that they are doing, or I don't know, depending on the person, but start with a compliment. And then after you've done that, that is when you now make the invitation. And I always say your invitation to the prospect has to be based on your relationship with them. There are people that you have a relationship with already. Maybe they're a friend, they're a work colleague, it's someone that you already know. Then there are people that you met maybe at a networking event. You don't know them personally, but you just have their contact details, and at some point you were acquainted. And then there are people that but they are sort of like your chicken list, the people that but you feel like you're this one. Okay. So there are three types of people, and these three types of people, you don't approach them all the same way. And that is the mistake that we make most of the time. We approach different people with the same approach, and it doesn't always work. So for the people that you know, the people that are your friends, colleagues, or family, whatever the case, the relationship is, it's a close relationship. You approach them using the direct method. The direct method is you just say, "I have something for you." Okay, because this is someone you know, you probably already know what they are struggling with as well. So I have something for you. I know you said you were struggling with finding time for your family. Are you interested in reducing your working hours? If I send you something that could help you, would you watch it? Okay, so this is direct because I've mentioned that, I know that they're struggling with finding time for their family, and I have a solution for you. If I send you, maybe it's a recording, would you watch it? Or if I invite you to a presentation, would you come through? Okay, so that is a direct approach. You have a relationship with the person, you know exactly what their pain points are, and you use the pain points to get them to attend the presentation. Okay, indirect, like I said, these are people that you are not so close with, but you also want to invite. So you would say things like, would you check this out for me? Or I've recently started a business and I would like to know what you think. Would you check this out for me? Or can you, if it's products, it will be that trial customer message that we send where you're saying, can you try the product and let me know what you think about the product? So that is an indirect approach. You are not directly saying, come to the business presentation for yourself. It's more of, I've started this thing. It's been working for me, but I would like to hear your opinion. I would like to hear what you think about the business. So please join me for a presentation or please try this product and then you can get back to me. This also works for your chicken list. The people that you feel like maybe they might not be into the business themselves, but they probably also have a good network of people that they can introduce you to. And also the people that very negative, the people that are like, this is a waste of time, and those type of people. You can approach them to say, okay, um, please help me check this out if it's legit. So people that always feel like they know it all and they can't learn from anyone, those are the best people to use the indirect approach because they will attend because you've asked them to check it out and hear out their opinion. So it's like you are showing them that you value their input and they will show up. Who knows? Maybe they show up and they like the presentation themselves. Maybe they show up and they don't, but you have gotten them to come to the presentation. Then we have a super indirect method. This is for people with high ego. So these ones, you approach them like, I have a business opportunity. I know that this is not for you, but I do know that you are an influential person. Who do you know that may be interested? Let me know. There could be something in it for you. Okay. Is this making sense? I have 37 people in the meeting and the chat is so quiet. Okay, so that is the super indirect method where these are people with high ego. So you approach them with the moment you say, I have an opportunity. I know this is not for you. It creates that curiosity. Why does she think this is not for me? If she has an opportunity and there is money involved, now it piques their interest. And even if they do decide they are not interested, you've already, spoken to their ego by telling them to say, I know this might not be for you, but I do know that you are an influential person and you can introduce me to people who might need the opportunity and then you are asking them to refer people and they let me know there could be something in it for you is a very nice statement because no matter how influential or high ego a person is, Everyone is after money. Everyone is after, what is in it for me. And what is in it for them is the recruitment bonus. So they refer people, maybe they don't want to do the business, but they can sign up and get the box so that they can use the products. And whatever people they refer, you can just sign them up under that person and they get their recruitment bonus. And already you have a team of people that you can actually work with to get the desired results. So those are the three approaches that I use when I am prospecting. My friends, I go direct. You said you were struggling with income. I have an opportunity for you. We have a presentation over the weekend. Would you be able to attend? Very direct. Indirect, I've started a business. We have some products. Can you check them out for me and let me know what you think? Of course, you are not giving them the for free. They have to buy them in order to then come back with, with feedback. So you've already made a sale. Or you can invite them to say, I've started a business and, I would like your input in terms of what you think. Please join me for our next presentation. Then they can go with you. Then the super indirect, I know it's not for you, but I also know that you are influential. Please introduce me to people that you think might be interested. And then also let them know that there could be something in it for them. And that something is already, it's the recruitment uh, bonus. Okay. Then the next part is ask the question. Okay. So don't just leave it at here is the invite. Okay, you have to ask the question. You have to be specific about what you want them to do. If I send you the link, would you watch it? If I send you the invite, will you come through? So it's always if I would you. So there is something that you are doing, and then there is something that they must do in response. This is Eric Wall. He always says this. The powerful question is, if I would you, if I send you, so I am sending the link. Would you watch it? So your part is to watch the recording. If I send you the invite, would you attend? If I send you the products, would you try them out? So every time when you are on the call, trying to close someone, trying to sell a product, trying to invite them to the presentation, it's always if I would you. You should tell them what you are going to do, and they have to answer if they are going to do their part. Okay, so it's not just or you've sent them that message, you've spoken to them and they say okay, and then you're like, okay, I'll send you the invite. No, if I send you the invite, are you going to show up? If I send you the link, are you going to watch the recording? So always, always, always ask the question so that they get to commit to say, yes, I will watch the presentation. Yes, I will show up for the business meeting that is happening. So never skip this part of asking the question. And once you ask, remember you've asked them, if I send you the invite, will you show up? And they say yes, I will show up. Or they say yes, I will watch the link. That is the first confirmation, right? That is the first answer that they give you, and you have to confirm. Okay, when could you do it for sure? Like, when are you going to watch? So you've asked them, if I send you the link, are you going to watch? They said yes. Now you want to know, when are you going to watch it? What time? I have to know so that I can then go for my follow up, which is I will call you at this time after you've watched. Ne? So you have to ask, when could you do it for sure? Like, when are you going to watch the video for sure? Then you wait for their response to see what they are going to say. If it was a business meeting, um, you know, you share the poster, right, with them. You tell them, it shows them what time the meeting is starting. You are asking them, what time can you be there? You know, what time can you be there? So you want them to confirm. So it's not just about them saying, yes, I will come, or yes, I will watch. What time are you going to be there at the presentation? Maybe so that I can wait for you and we can meet before the presentation. Or what time are you going to watch the presentation so that I can, give you a call after you've watched the presentation. So always get the confirmation. Don't just leave it at yes, I will watch, and then you forward them the video. And when you are doing all these confirmations, you haven't sent the video yet because you want them to commit to a time before you actually send them the link to the video. Okay, I hope it's making sense. So that was the first question. Then, if they said, so you said, what time are you going to watch, right? Maybe they say 8 p.m. Now you come up with your follow-up question. If I call you at 9, do you think you would have watched the video? They have to confirm that you must call them at 9. If they are watching the video at 12, can I call you at 12:30? You already know that the video is maybe 20 minutes, so you know what time to call them. Preferably, it has to be like, within 10 minutes so that the information is still fresh in their head when you call them. So they confirmed, yes, you can send me the video. They confirmed, I'm gonna watch it at 12. And now you are asking, if I call you at this time, would you be available? And who do you think you would have watched the video? Okay, so if I call you at 12, would you be done watching it? Get a time confirmation. If it was a physical meeting that you were inviting them, they said, yes, I'm going to show up, and they said they will be there at 12, then you can say, okay, I will be there at 11:30. Can you come 15 minutes earlier so that we can, have a chat before the presentation starts? Get them to confirm more than once. Because if you say, will you watch it? And they say yes, and you send the video, then it's like, okay. But if you tell someone, yes, I'm going to watch, they asked you what time, you said at 12. Then they asked you, can I call you at 12:30? And then you said yes. You make an effort to actually watch the video because you know you have committed to watching it, and you've committed to a call after you've watched it. Whereas if someone just sends you the video, there is no commitment. I can easily say, you know what, I'll watch it tomorrow, or I'll watch it next week. And it's so easy for me to ignore your messages and your calls because I never committed to speaking to you after I've watched it. But if I've confirmed this many times, and then now you call me and you are asking about the video, it's not as easy for me to just brush you off because I actually made a commitment. And that is how you determine whether someone is serious or not. Get them to commit upfront, because if there is no commitment, it's so easy for them to just blue tick you after. But if I have said yes, 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 yes this many times, I can feel bad for just blue ticking you. At the very least, I would just watch the video knowing that because I've committed to doing it. Okay. So ask a lot of follow-up questions. And after those follow-up questions, you also now have to do your part. The problem that we have as FBOs now is we get someone to commit to say, okay, will you attend the presentation, the Zoom? And they say yes. And then you say, I'll call you after the Zoom. Or you say, I'll call you after you've watched the video. And then we don't call. So it is your responsibility as the FBO to make sure that you are making the call at the agreed time. If you said I'm going to call you at 12:30 because you'll be done watching the video, set an alarm for yourself so that you remember to call. Don't now say you said you'll call at 12:30, then you want to call at 8 in the evening because it shows that you are not organized. So be organized enough to have like reminders and alarms. For me, I actually add it as a meeting to my calendar so that I do not forget. If I said I will call at 7, then I remember to call. Because if you get someone to commit like that and they actually do watch the video and then you don't call when you said you were going to call, you will lose a prospect. You will lose a customer because now they can't take you serious. You made me do all of this and then you did not do your part. So make the call at the agreed time. Ask if they have watched the video. If not, you get a second confirmation. If it was a Zoom, you said you would call them before the meeting starts to remind them you are going to do that. You said you will call them after the Zoom to see if they have any questions. Call them after the Zoom and also be in the Zoom meeting. Guys, don't just send people link for the Zoom meeting. People attend, you are not even there. You have to be, if you have a prospect that is attending, you have to be in the meeting because the questions that they will have are going to be specific from what they have had in that presentation. So if you were not there, you don't know what they spoke about in the presentation. You are going to make yourself look like a fool because they might have questions that are not business related. They might have questions based on a story one of the guests in the meeting shared. And if you were not in the meeting, you will not know how to answer the person. So be there in the meeting as well so that you are able to answer the questions. If you call the person and they haven't watched the video yet or they were not able to attend the Zoom, get a second confirmation. Okay, if they still haven't watched it, get a third confirmation. So keep getting the confirmations and then call when you said you were going to call. And if they don't answer, leave a message. Okay, so I said I'll call at 12:30. I called and they didn't answer. You send a message. Hi, I was just calling you like you asked. Give me a call at your convenience. I hope you are okay. Okay, so you are telling them, I was calling you because you agreed to speak to me at this time. Okay, and you also tell them to say, you understand that maybe they may have been busy, but they can give you a call whenever they are free. And I hope things are okay, or I hope you're okay. Sometimes people, we take things too personal. You called a prospect to follow up and they didn't answer, and you already catching feelings. But people go through a lot. Maybe there was an accident on their way home. The child got sick. A lot of things can happen that can prevent someone from taking the call. It's not always that they are ghosting you. So you also have to show concern for them because if you just say, I was calling you to follow up on the business, like you said, I should call you, and you didn't pick up. What if that person was going through something serious and you've actually shown that you don't care about them as an individual, you are just after your CCs. That can make your prospect feel somehow. So you have to, hi, hope you're doing good. I was just calling you as we agreed earlier. Call me as soon as you can. Call me back as soon as you can, or let me know when you are free and I can give you a call. Simple as that. Okay. If there is still no answer, I send a message and then just leave it at that. But also, you can just keep following up here and then. Okay. Then, if they still not answering, you've tried, you've been, and they've just ghosted you. You send what I call the last message, okay? This is where you are telling them that you are confused and you are worried, but this is going to be your last message and you will not be calling them again. So I am confused. The reason why I'm saying I'm confused is because we agreed that I can call you back. Okay. You don't have to explain it that way, but I'm explaining it to you. I'm confused because we had agreed that I'm going to call you back at this time. I've called several times and there is no answer. That is why I write I'm confused. When I say and I'm worried, it's because we had committed and you're not answering and I'm not sure. Are you okay? Did something happen? So that's why I say and I'm worried. So I'm not just confused because if you just say I'm confused and they are going through something, then So I say I am confused and I am worried. Maybe you can add because you haven't responded to any of my calls and texts, but this will be my last message. I won't call you again. Feel free to reach out whenever you are ready, something like that. Okay, you can find a nicer way to say it depending on who you are talking to. And this is just to let them know to say, we had an agreement. I've followed up several times. You didn't answer, you didn't get back to me. So this is the last time I am contacting you. If ever you are still interested in the business, then feel free to reach out. I am available to answer any calls that you might have. So that is the last message that I sent to someone who committed and then they ghosted me. Okay. I think that is all for today's presentation. Let me know in the chat, was it helpful for you? What did you learn? What are you going to implement? What other tips are you using for yourself when you are inviting people over the phone? Remember, this was inviting over the phone via calls or text messages, though I would prefer that you call. So let me know in the chat what was helpful for you. Share with us maybe some of the tips that you also use. Participants are able to unmute, so you can unmute and speak. We have 2 minutes until the meeting ends.